Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Today's makeup tutorial is continuing the series that I've been doing recently on drugstore makeup from around the world, affordable makeup from around the world. And I've done different applications from European countries, but I've finally found some makeup from India. Now, a little bit of background on me in India, because I traveled there for the first time when I was in my 20s, and I've been there ever since, just loving the place, and I have made many wonderful friends there, and I in fact had a business in Seattle, which was called Passion for India, and I sold Indian textiles, and I'm in love with their jewelry, their textiles, and their makeup. Now, the market is very strange in India because there's not a lot of Indian-based brands, and I wanted to find something that was an Indian-based, affordable brand. When I looked online, I found that the one that shone above all the rest was Lakshmi Beauty. Now, this is a brand, very interesting history. It was founded in 1952 by Prime Minister Nehru, who was the first Prime Minister of India, and he started this company, and the conglomerate Tata took it on and developed it. Now, I don't know whether this was to sort of inject sort of individuality in the Indian culture around makeup for made in India, but whatever happened, the brand just spread, and it's now the most popular brand in India, and it's owned now by Unilever. Unilever is an American brand and is, branches all over the world. But that's the background on Lakshmi. Now, Lakshmi herself is a goddess in India, very well loved and respected. She is a goddess of wealth and beauty, power, prosperity. And I love Lakshmi. She's one of my favorite goddesses because I just think she just represents such beauty. And you can just do some research on that character. But anyway, I didn't mean to take so long with the introduction, but I wanted you to know my passion for India and why I'm so excited to have this makeup. Now, I don't have a lot. It took me a long time to find this. Now, my lovely friend Veena did try to send me things twice. And shipping from India is not easy. So I never got them. But I did find a company. It was called Desert Cart. It's based in Dubai, and they were able to get some of these products by Lakshmi, and I'm going to show you them. And I think I can do just about a full face. I have put on my face already my Growing Younger Gracefully serum, which I love, and this is a matte foundation that I was able to find, so I wanted to get some extra hydration on my skin. So this is called Lakshmi 9 to 5, and it says it's a primer and matte perfect cover foundation. Now, this is, I guessed by the color that it would work, but it's very light. So I'm going to put this on, and don't worry, we're going to put blush on, and I'll make it work. But I just wanted to try the texture and the quality. And when I looked online, I found so many people just love this brand. It's very, very popular. It doesn't have a pump. It has one of those little L'Oreal style dabbers. I'm going to put this on my wrist because, or my hand, because it's going to be easier to apply. I think this is called Natural Beige, which sounded like a good idea, but you'll see it's a bit light. Anyway, let's put this on, and I've got my hair pulled back today because I want you to see everything, and just enjoy this. So women in India love makeup. My friend Veena, of course, is a big fan of makeup. She wears it all the time, and they do beautiful eye products, local things. I mean, this is the thing about India and other countries like that, is that there's a lot of company, like local stores and companies in India based on the Ayurvedic tradition. And so they use natural plants. Now, this is actually not as light as I thought it would be, and it's got a bit of a scent, like a rosy scent. It's actually quite nice. I'm going to just put this above on my... I'm going to try to do my best at getting this blended without my mirror. I'll check in a second. And I'm going to put some on my eyes. Do it's not as heavy as I thought it might be, calling itself a matte foundation. So I'm just going to... and as you get older, I think you don't need to worry about applying too much. It's more just to give you a base. And, okay, I'm actually kind of impressed with this because to be honest with you, have not used this foundation on my face other than swatching it, and it looked very light. So let's see what it does. Wow. Okay. Well, I would consider this a very good match for my skin, and it did actually more or less hide my classic little age spot there. Okay, that's the foundation. I'm really happy with that. So that's the Lakshmi primer and matte foundation, they call it. Okay, I'll leave all the details, by the way, in below the section under the video, so you can have a look and bring it down. Okay, so that's foundation. Now, in terms of, I'm going to do blush next because I kind of I enjoy color on my face as I'm doing this. So the Lakshmi one I got, unfortunately, was broken completely when I got it. It's called Lakshmi Absolute Illuminating Shimmer Brick. That's the name of it. Now, as I said, when I got it, it was totally, literally in crumbs, but I put it together with some, some product to sort of stick it together, and alcohol. I forget what. Again, I can leave details. But it was meant to be like in bands of color, but then of course it all smashed together. So I got it in one, which is probably pretty much how you kind of use this product anyway. I'm going to try to find my brush here, and apply some of it. Here we go. I need a small, dense-ish, fluffy brush. It's an e.l.f. brush. It's a double-sided. Very cool brush, this one. Okay, let's do this. And I remember it being a little bit pigmented. So I'm going to just... And as I remembered it, it was really, really pretty. It had a sort of shimmer to it. And I was looking online for this product because I wanted to see what it actually looked like when it wasn't broken. And it was actually used in the Miss India, like beauty competitions. Like it was one of the products they used for the, for their beauty competition. And I just thought that was really lovely. Now, considering it was broken and that it was probably meant to be a little bit different color options, I still think it looks very pretty. And so I'm going to just put that down for a sec. It's got a glow. It's nice. And of course, don't forget that these products are designed for Indian women. So they're designed for their skin color, which is obviously a little darker and different tone, undertone than mine. But I think that's actually quite pretty. And that's the blush. And I'm going to do it on my nose. And as I said, I didn't get a bronzer, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to use the blush. Oh gosh, this is pretty. Now, the next thing I'm going to do now is eyes. And again, not too much choice, but I did get some eyeshadow and a mascara. So I'm going to try the shadow. Now, this shadow is called, it actually says on it, tester, not for sale, which I guess I don't mind because it was in perfect condition. But I wanted to get something from India, and this is it. Now, this is like a nice kind of, it's a little bit darker than I would use as a base color, but I will use that. And there's a nice dark brown, and there's a kind of it's a bluey gray. You can't really see it so much. And then this is a darker gray. So I'm going to use these three and see what we can do with my eyes. First of all, I must put some on my brows. I'll put my Thick It Stick It with NYX, which is actually available in India, as is, L'Oreal, Maybelline, all these different companies. But I'm going to put this on because I didn't get one from Lakshmi. And this has become my everyday, absolutely go-to eyebrow product. And has anybody else used this? It's just so lovely. It gives a kind of shape, what's the word, like a texture to your eyebrows so that they stay in place. But you can see the difference. It's really nice. And I've got the color, this is actually taupe. I'm going to do the other side here. It's super easy to apply. And I know there's so many different products now for eyebrows, and some people prefer a brow pencil, but I tend to like these mascara brush style ones. And let's just see if I can just get this to look okay. There we go. And in about 10 minutes, that will start to get a little harder, and then you feel it, and it stays in place. So that's a very cool product, Thick It Stick It by NYX. Not Indian, but there we are. Okay, so I'm now going to play with this eyeshadow. I'm going to pop a bit of, I think I'll just pop a bit of foundation on. Why not? I think I'll just do that rather than try to use any kind of eye primer. It's a matte foundation, so hopefully it will give me a little base to work with. And I'm going to use my, I'm going to use my fluffy brush, my BK, what is this one? It's 202. I love these BK Beauty brushes, by the way. I've had them now for a while, and they sent them to me as a complimentary gift, and I really love them, genuinely. And I'm going to just take this very light color, this on the top there, and I'm going to just put that kind of in all over my eye, just to get a base color. And it's actually very pretty. I mean, it's not, what I've found with Asian eye products in general is that they're not super pigmented, but they tend to be buildable. So, you can start like that's actually quite pretty, just almost as it is. You could almost just go like that. But I'm going to put it all over my eye. Well, you know me and powder and cream. I like cream eye products, but this is actually, as a powder, looking really, I think, really lovely. So I'm going to just stop there for a sec and take another brush, which is the BK Beauty. What is this one? I want to tell you these because these brushes are awesome. It's a 203. And it's a little bit angled, I don't know if you can see that, but a little flatter. And I'm going to take that very dark brown, this one right here, and put it on the edge, just a little bit on the edge of my eye. And again, it's not too dark. Just sort of make a little kind of a V shape in the corner, and maybe just pull it up a little bit over my eye. So those kind of start to blend together, those two colors. On this side as well. I'm just trying to do this so you can see, but not cover the mirror with the mirror. Okay, so that's, I think, kind of even. Or maybe a little bit more on this side. Okay, so that little bit of shading gives you some darkness on the outside and then a little bit of bright in the middle, which I think is very pretty. And now I'm going to take that gray color. As I said, it's almost a gray blue, but it goes really beautifully with the browns. This one right here. And just take the very fluffy brush again and put that on the center of my eye. And I'll see if it works. Again, first time I've done this. Oh, wow, that is actually very pretty. It's a little bit darker than I might have, used, but it's actually really pretty. Okay, so, and you'll see, well, if you ever go to India, or I'm sure many of you have been to India, the women do tend to wear a little bit darker colors on their eyes. They're not into well, I haven't been there in like 5 years, so it may have changed, but not so much the light eyeshadows, but more of these sort of muted colors, darker colors. And that's very, very, very nice. I like that. And I did actually bring with me one of my shimmer creams from Trend It Up, which I really like, this green. I've spoken about these products before, but I thought it might be really nice to just use a teeny little bit of that, not to, wash away the color from this beautiful Indian palette, but I just wanted to put a little bit of color there. So let me do that. And a teeny bit of sparkle. Okay, so I really like that. I think that's pretty. I like this a lot. Okay, so I'm going to put mascara on, lipstick, and then we'll be done. But this is, I'm really enjoying this. I'm having, as I'm sitting here thinking about India, I'm having memories of all the wonderful times I've had there. But the mascara I'm using is called, it's really cool actually. It's Iconic. No one's actually used that before. That's a kind of a unique name for mascara. And it's got a brush that's kind of like, it reminds me of the Sky High by Maybelline a little bit, but it's got a bit of a curve. It's not quite straight across, but I'm going to apply this. I'm just going to do a couple of coats and see what happens. I can see already it starts to smudge, but that's okay. And I did actually curl my eyelashes a bit earlier just to do that. Wow, it's a very, it's a wet mascara, which I like, because you seem to have more control over it when it's wet like that. Okay, I'm just putting wow. It's separating the lashes. I'm not feeling any kind of pulling or clumping at all. That's the sort of second coat. What do you think? I like that. I think it's a really lovely mascara. And I don't know, I'm kind of, this is why I started doing this series of makeup from around the world, because I was getting so, I wouldn't say tired of, but I was just getting so aware of how luxury brands are charging you so much for the advertising and the packaging, and the product itself is actually very similar to others that are so much more affordable. So I'm going to just dab this on. And I found, especially with mascaras, one of my very favorite mascaras is the Essence Lash Princess, which is like $5. But this one, by the way, I should have mentioned this, all these were under $20, this whole set. Shipping cost me $20, but I actually got the products for about $20. And everything was very, very affordable. Okay, so that's the eyes. Okay, I don't see anything to fault about that. I just think it's lovely. I'm going to dab a bit more on each one. Indian women have amazing eyes. Amazing eyes. And they're darker, of course, in color, and they just can pull off something like this just beautifully. But I'm just doing my best to represent them here. So the lipstick I got was the only one I could find. Again, it's a Lakshmi brand. I kept the packaging for this one because I wanted to show you. Isn't that pretty? You see? I just think it's so pretty. And the lipstick itself is a bullet lipstick. I'm going to use a teeny bit of my NYX Envy lip liner just to get a bit of liner there. So just bear with me a sec. And a little, okay. Just wanted to get a bit of outline there. I didn't have an opportunity to get a Lakshmi one, but I'm going to put some lipstick on. Where'd it go? And it's not a sort of a vibrant color like I normally would wear. It's kind of a brownie. I can't quite describe it. I should put it on my hand so you can see. This is so, so beautiful though. And I'll put the colors and stuff below so you can see. And perhaps if you want to go to Desert Cart, this is about the only place I know you can get them. Or if you're in India, tell me, where do you buy these things? And okay. It's a very nudie, but a dark nude, if I can describe it. It's very pretty. Oh, and it's creamy. Can you see how that's sort of really solid? It's not like patchy or anything like that. It's very, very creamy and very, okay. I think it's pretty. I really do. And I'm impressed with the quality of this lipstick. I haven't worn it to see how long lasting it is, but I'll leave the details for that. But this is gorgeous lipstick. Now, what I actually did bring along beside me here was my Wet n Wild gloss, because I just thought together these would look really lovely. And this is a very, a $5, less than $5 lip gloss, and it's called Creative, I think. It's very cool. And I'll just... Okay. I think it's pretty together. I'm really, really happy with this look. This is Indian makeup, Indian drugstore makeup. Gorgeous. Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you for watching. And thank you for being a supporter of 60andMe. If you have any brands or countries that I haven't represented with affordable drugstore makeup, let me know, because I'd love to do a demonstration like I've done here today for this Indian line. And hope that you liked it. I certainly had fun. But have a wonderful day, everybody, wherever you are in this beautiful world, whatever country in the world you are. And I will speak again soon. Lots and lots of love. Bye for now.